Welcome to Healthy Future Vision. I'm grateful to share this moment with you. I know you've done everything right. You've lifted weights. You've diligently tracked your protein intake. You've even swallowed expensive vitamin D supplements, clinging to the unwavering belief that they would safeguard your muscles. Yet, you look in the mirror and the truth is visible: your muscle mass. The legacy of all those active years is gradually becoming soft and loose. That sheer persistence, it deserves a better outcome, doesn't it? I want you to set aside every piece of advice you've ever heard about just exercising more or just eating more protein. That's not where the fault lies. The problem isn't your effort, it's the timing. We often mistakenly think our body is a machine that works non-stop. We assume that if we just pour in the fuel protein, the machine will automatically repair itself. But no, our body is a philosophical garden. It operates according to its own distinct rhythm, following the laws of nature. It has golden hours for sowing, tending, and harvesting. And here's a truth that can completely change how you view your health in later life. Your muscles are not built when you are lifting weights. They are built when you are resting, especially in the morning, the moment you wake up. Before the world begins its rush, that is precisely when your muscles are silently calling for support. Scientists call the period from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. the urgent repair window, because this is when regeneration is most intense, accounting for up to 70% of the day's total recovery capacity. Think about it. If you wanted to repaint your house, you wouldn't do it in the middle of a storm. You'd choose a sunny day, right? Yet, sadly, many of us are unintentionally introducing noise signals right into that golden window. We are consuming those expensive supplements, those herbs advertised as wonderful for health. Right in that most precious moment. What is the consequence? Your muscles receive a confusing message: stop developing. You lose your morning energy, you shut down the growth signal, and you effectively turn all your exercise efforts into zero. Today, I won't just tell you what you should do, but I also want to warn you about 3 supplements that you, as someone over 50 committed to combating such, must absolutely avoid taking in the morning. And once we remove those obstacles, I will reveal the philosophical trinity of nutrients that you must pair with your breakfast. Included in that is a secret vitamin I call the coordinator, the key to ensuring calcium goes straight to your bones and muscles, instead of depositing in your arteries. Join me as we delve deeper into this topic. It's time for us to not only live long but to live strong, making every moment count. Removing the invisible obstacles, the 3 morning mistakes. We've discussed the miraculous repair window from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. my friends. This is not just a scientific concept, it's an analogy for how we manage our time and energy. If your muscles are the conductor of the recovery symphony, you must ensure that no noise interrupts that morning concert. And regrettably, the following 3 supplements, though they are very good and necessary at other times, are the 3 biggest noise sources I see older adults frequently introduce in the morning, inadvertently ruining all their efforts. 1. Vitamin E, the lesson in the power of managed stress. First, let's talk about a vitamin you likely hold in high esteem: vitamin E. For decades, vitamin E has been hailed as an antioxidant hero, a savior that quenches free radicals, reduces inflammation, and protects cells. Sounds absolutely perfect for post-exercise muscle recovery, doesn't it? But biology does not operate by such straight-line logic. There is a profound philosophy here. Growth does not come from avoiding all stress, but from responding in a controlled manner to stress. When you exercise, even a light morning routine, your body generates a small amount of free radicals. Do not fear them. These free radicals are not enemies, they are messengers. They are the emergency signal, a biological memo saying, the muscles need to adapt. We must become stronger to cope with the next stressor. If you take a strong dose of vitamin E right before your workout or before breakfast, what are you doing? You are flooding the system with an antioxidant torrent. You are extinguishing the very fire that signals the need for growth. Scientific research has clearly demonstrated this. Older adults who consumed vitamin E before their workouts showed significantly reduced muscle protein synthesis and slower strength gains compared to those who avoided it. Essentially, you have removed the body's growth trigger. You are paying for a supplement only to ensure you do not reap the rewards of your own sweat. And here is another practical philosophy. Vitamin E is fat soluble. If you only drink it with a cup of coffee or tea in the morning, you are wasting money. Your body absorbs only a small fraction, sometimes reduced by up to 70% due to the lack of dietary fat. My lesson: allow the morning to be a time of activation and adaptation. Reserve vitamin E for dinner, where it can quietly support recovery and exert its antioxidant effects long after the morning growth signal has been established. 2. Calcium, the trade-off of alertness. The trade-off of alertness. Second, let's talk about calcium, the guardian deity of the bones. I know, it is a vital mineral. But when does vital become counterproductive? In the morning, your body has a simple goal: activation. It needs a natural surge of adrenaline and stimulating hormones to boost metabolism, enhance blood circulation, and help you feel alert and ready to move. This is a gift from nature. However, calcium is a potent mineral that has a calming effect on your nervous system. Think of it this way: the morning is when you flip the on switch to start the day. Taking a large amount of calcium at that time, especially on an empty stomach, is like simultaneously hitting the OFF switch or pulling the emergency brake just as the engine is attempting to start. I remember my patient, Martha, a 75-year-old woman who constantly complained of morning fatigue and an unexplained mental fog. She had been taking calcium religiously after waking up, believing it was best for her bones. When we switched the timing of her calcium supplement to the evening with dinner, she called me a week later and said, "Doctor, I feel like I've gained back 10 years of youth. Beyond that, there are absorption and digestive issues. Calcium is not well absorbed without accompanying food, and calcium supplements taken on an empty stomach are often the leading cause of bloating, constipation, and intestinal discomfort." If you feel sluggish and uncomfortable in the morning, how effectively can you utilize the protein or energy from your breakfast? My lesson: honor your body's natural cycle. Dedicate the morning to energy and alertness. Take your calcium in the evening, allowing it to silently consolidate your bones while you sleep, and letting your body enjoy the peace after a long day. 3. Ashwagandha, the misuse of calm. The misuse of calm, third, is the currently trending herb. Ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is a wonderful gift from nature, without a doubt. It helps control stress, reduce cortisol, and improve sleep quality. But we are misunderstanding one crucial thing. Cortisol is not entirely the enemy. In the morning, a natural surge of cortisol is absolutely necessary. It is like the ignition key of a car. It's the natural drive that helps you feel awake, focused, and motivated to move your muscles. What does ashwagandha do? It calms the central nervous system and reduces cortisol. If you take it in the morning, you are intentionally shutting down your own engine. Studies have shown that individuals who took ashwagandha in the morning had 23% lower exercise intensity compared to those who took it in the evening. Although they went to the gym, they failed to generate enough stress needed to trigger muscle development. Their effort was diminished. I once met Frank, a retired mechanic, who took ashwagandha every morning with his coffee to stay calm. He felt sluggish during his workouts and saw no muscle progress. This was simply because he was turning his morning workout into a stroll. My lesson: let ashwagandha do what it does best. Provide deep relaxation and quality sleep at night. Don't trade your morning motivation and energy just to feel calm a little sooner. Reserve it for after dinner or before bed. We have now cleared the morning noise. It's time we talk about putting the right material in the right place, at the right time. In the next section, I will introduce the philosophical trinity of nutrients. 2 essential vitamins and 1 crucial mineral that you must take before breakfast to truly activate the muscle-building process and combat. Do not miss this complete formula. The philosophical trinity of nutrients and the muscle activation formula. We have cleared the noise. Now it is time to set the sound. If the previous section was about releasing bad habits, this section is about embracing a new strategy, a strategy based on synchronization and timing. This is not about taking more pills. This is about listening to your body at the time it speaks most clearly. The morning, I call this the philosophical trinity of nutrients, 3 essential compounds that must go together with your breakfast to optimize muscle synthesis without needing to rely on vitamin D or other outdated supplements. 1. Omega-3, the muscle sensor that helps you listen. The muscle sensor. Let's start with omega-3. South. When I talk to patients, they often think omega-3 South are good for the heart or the brain. That is true, but for the muscles, omega-3 South do something much more profound. They are the receiving antenna of the muscle cell. Imagine this: as you age, like an old radio, your muscle cells gradually become rusty. They can't hear the signals clearly. You might consume 100 grams of the world's best protein, that's the excellent radio station. But if your antenna, the cell membrane, is dull, you only hear static. Omega-3 South, specifically EPA and DHA, have the task of repairing and smoothing this antenna. They directly enhance the sensitivity of your muscles to the protein you eat. This is a major difference. Protein does not automatically build muscle. It needs to be received. With optimal omega-3 levels, your muscle protein synthesis MPS can operate efficiently for 6 to 8 hours after breakfast. Conversely, if you are among the 90% of older adults who are deficient, that muscle-building process can be slowed by up to 50%. Every effort you make eating chicken and eggs is being wasted. My philosophical advice: an effective life is a life of reception. Ensure your muscles are in the best possible state of reception. Since omega-3 is a fat, you must take it with a healthy fat-containing breakfast, a bit of avocado or olive oil, to ensure this precious supplement is not wasted. 2. Vitamin C, the structural architect. The structural architect next is vitamin C. We know it as an anti-cold remedy, but for the muscles, it is the chief architect. Muscle is not just about protein mass. It is about structural integrity. You can build a wall with the best bricks protein, but without mortar, collagen, the wall will eventually collapse. Collagen is that mortar. It is the ligament, the tendon, and the pliability that helps your muscles withstand the pressures of life. When you take vitamin C before breakfast, you activate a specialized enzyme place hydroxylase to ramp up collagen production. Philosophically, vitamin C is the signal that informs the body we are building not just mass, but resilience. This has 2 profound implications. 1. It repairs the minor damage incurred from the previous day's workout. 2. It helps the muscles utilize the amino acids that omega-3 just helped receive, building muscle tissue that is not only bigger but also stronger and more robust. Studies on older adults clearly show that vitamin C supplementation leads to a noticeable increase in muscle mass compared to the control group. This is evidence that inner flexibility is just as crucial as outer hardness. My philosophical advice: simplify. You don't necessarily need a supplement pill. A strawberry smoothie, a bit of fresh orange juice, or even a slice of lemon squeezed into your morning water is enough to send this architect's message to your muscles. 3. Vitamin K2. The philosophical coordinator. And finally, the gem of the philosophical trinity, vitamin K2 menaquinone. This is the vitamin I added to the list because it solves a fundamental problem of aging that no other vitamin can: resource allocation. As we age, the body tends to hoard. We hoard fat, and worse, we hoard calcium in places it shouldn't be, such as in soft tissues, especially artery walls. This phenomenon not only causes cardiovascular issues but also represents a massive waste of resources for the muscles. K2 is the traffic cop for calcium. It activates a special protein to prevent calcium from depositing in the blood vessels, keeping the pathways clean, and directs it where it belongs, into the bones, and crucially, into your muscle cells to support function and strength. This is wisdom in operation. We learned not to take calcium in the morning. Now K2 ensures that even when you take calcium in the evening, the correct time, that calcium will be used most effectively without being lost. The perfect synergy. If you only take vitamin D3, which helps absorb calcium, without K2, you are opening the door for calcium to enter the body without a guide. This can do more harm than good. K2 completes this vital cycle. My philosophical advice: when you reach this age, efficiency is more important than quantity. The goal is not to have more calcium in your body, but to have calcium in the right place. K2 is the embodiment of that efficiency. The combination of omega-3, the antenna that hears the signal, vitamin C, the architect that builds the structure, and vitamin K2, the traffic cop that coordinates calcium, is the optimal strategy to turn your breakfast into the most effective anti-sarcopenia tool you have ever had. Remember, muscle is not just strength. It is freedom, the ability to continue living a full life. Don't let wrong habits steal that freedom. The freedom of intentional LV&G, my friends. We have gone through a profound journey today. This journey is not just about which pill to swallow, but about becoming intentional about timing. When I speak with those in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, I realize the biggest fear is not death, but the loss of freedom, the loss of the ability to move independently, to reach for things, to enjoy life without reliance. What we discussed today is the key to retaining that freedom. It is a philosophical refinement. We have learned how to stop unintentionally sabotaging the repair window with well-meaning but ill-timed supplements, stopping calcium from draining morning energy, stopping ashwagandha from weakening motivation, and stopping vitamin E from quenching the growth signal. And more importantly, we have learned how to start a synchronized strategy. Embrace the philosophical trinity with your breakfast. Omega-3, so your muscles can listen and utilize protein. Vitamin C, to build the durable architectural foundation of collagen. Vitamin K2, to coordinate the wisdom, ensuring calcium goes exactly where it belongs to strengthen muscle and bone. The resilience we seek is not found in lifting the heaviest weight. It is found in the wisdom of honoring our body's biological rhythm. When you place omega-3 and vitamin C into that golden hour, you are sending a clear and powerful message to your body. I am committed to your growth, and your body will respond wonderfully. I want you to imagine this feeling. Tomorrow morning you wake up, you perform your routine, and you feel a natural, clear, unobstructed surge of energy. You know that you have just supplied your muscles with exactly what they needed, precisely when they needed it. That is peace of mind. That is mastery. Aging is not an inevitable decline. It is a process of refinement. Refine your habits, refine your supplements, and you will see your body respond with strength and longevity. Before we conclude, I want to ask you one question. Of the 3 morning mistakes I pointed out, vitamin E, calcium, ashwagandha, which one have you unintentionally been making? Please share your experience in the comments below. I read every single comment, and your story might be the inspiration for someone else on the same journey. And don't miss the next video. I will reveal an ancient secret that Japanese seniors have used for over 1,000 years to preserve their muscle strength well into their 90s. This is a powerful anti-sarcopenia method, and I guarantee you haven't heard it anywhere else. Hit that subscribe button, and I will see you soon as we continue on this path to strong living. Thank you for listening.